Hello, welcome in everyone. Welcome to the podcast episode 36. We are interviewing a small content creator, an amazing woman with an amazing voice, and she's so cool. If you guys want to check her out or anything, make sure to check out the link in the description below. And welcome in, Mouse. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here. How are you?
I'm doing good. Do you have a face cam? Probably.
I do. Yes. Do I just go for you?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
So
Hello.
Tell us about you, what you do, and where we can find you.
So my name is Cassandra. I go by Meowsers on Twitch. I do have a couple other usernames, mainly for TikTok, but everything else is Meowsers. I am a small Twitch streamer. Yay. And I just enjoy life. And that's really it.
Sweet. So, what kind of games do you stream over on your Twitch?
So for my Twitch, I'm kind of like a variety kind of person. I really do enjoy video games. Sometimes I don't always stream them. I tend to stick to Just Dance, which right now I've been doing Just Dance 2021, Diablo 3. I'm really a fan of like ARPGs and things like that. The new Pokemon game is awesome. Love it. On the Switch, amazing. And I do a lot of flow arts with a Levy wand, and I actually just bought a hoop. So I'm really excited to get into that.
Sweet. And you said Diablo 3. Isn't that an unreleased game yet? What are your thoughts on that game?
So Diablo 3 has been out for quite a while, a couple years, but Diablo 2 has just dropped, or not dropped yet, but the beta just came out for people who pre-ordered. I'm not sure if I'll be getting that or not, and Diablo 4 is still a couple years away. Unfortunately, I wish it was a lot sooner. I am a huge, huge Diablo fan since forever, so I love it.
Sweet. And you said you do a lot of art and stuff. I believe you also did ASMR. Do you mind telling us a bit more about that?
I did, yeah. I did, and I would love to be an ASMR streamer, but right now where I live, I don't have any air conditioning. I live in Hawaii, so it's very kind of like open living type of thing. It's really, really hard, especially with two extremely loud dogs, which may or may not come in here quite a bit, but they create a lot of noise. There's just a lot of noise everywhere. Traffic, cars. It's really hard to get the atmosphere that you want with ASMR, you know?
So, what inspired your name, Meows?
So, my name, oh goodness. So I actually was not having a great time with a couple of people that I had met previously in gaming, and I just needed to like take myself away from that situation. And no matter how many times I blocked them, I could not get rid of them. So I was like, I'm just gonna deactivate my Discord. I'm gonna get rid of all my accounts associated with the old name. And I was like, well, I want to be Meow, right? So I tried to spell it correctly. Of course, it was already taken, you know. Can't do anything about that. So I just was like, I'm just going to keep adding O's until it goes. And then I was like, Meowsers. Meowsers has a like really cool ring to it, you know? So it just kind of ended up as Meowsers, and I love it. I'm so happy with it. It's great. I love it.
Awesome. So what are some things that inspired you to become a content creator and influence others?
So this is, oh goodness, to become a content creator was never really on my radar for the longest time. I mean, I was kind of like one of those Twitch viewers who didn't even really have an account, and I would just go and watch people who were playing Call of Duty, zombies way back in the day. Didn't really know a lot about streaming and technology. I would watch YouTube videos here and there, you know. And when I moved here with my boyfriend, he's in the military, so he was going to be gone for 6 months, and he was like, why don't you try streaming? And I was just kind of like, well, I mean, I guess I can try, you know, just to kind of talk to people every single day and interact with people, because it can get really lonely because, you know, I'm on an island by myself. You know, he's the only person I have here, no family, no friends. And it's just kind of, I'm really glad I started. I was really unsure about it at first, and then I started, and I've made great friends. It's been a really, really nice journey.
And how many years have you been on Twitch?
So I think in total, probably 10 years, but streaming a little bit over 2 years. I think, well, I don't remember the exact day that I started, but it's been 2 years for sure. 2 years streaming.
So, did you ever want to be a content creator on a different platform such as Mixer, Facebook, or YouTube? And was Twitch your first social media platform you express yourself on?
So, my social media goes all the way back to MySpace. I was such a big MySpace person. I had like 10,000 friends. I had all those songs on there. I had my top 10, friends on there. If you got deleted out of the top 10, you were nobody. Come on, like, let's be real. So I started on MySpace, but I wasn't like a creator. It was just kind of like what I like to do for fun kind of thing. And then, Facebook came, I got a Facebook. But I think that Twitch really kind of took me off into the social media atmosphere, which I'm still trying to navigate a little bit, because that's when I made my Instagram, I made a Twitter. I have a Facebook, but I don't share that because it's like my personal name and family and things like that. And then YouTube, I don't have a YouTube yet. That's very daunting to me. I know editing videos is so hard, and it's like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I'm ready to like jump in there yet. But I did just make a TikTok, and that was really hard, but it was fun, and I'm getting in there. And social media is fun, but it can also be really hard to see the standards that people put out there, and kind of like face that. You can get lost in social media for sure.
Awesome. So you said you did TikTok. What kind of TikToks do you do, or do you post?
So I've actually only posted one. I posted my first TikTok last night. So proud of myself. Took me like 3 hours. We won't talk about that. But I am doing flow arts, which is hula hooping, levy wand, silk fans, a staff, things like that, along with crafting. I do a lot of crafting, like with my Cricut and things like that. So it'll kind of be like just a mixture of who I am as a person and what I like to do.
Awesome. So you said something about Twitch earlier, and then you have been on the platform for 10 years. Since you've been on the platform for that long, do you have any experience, or do you have any thoughts on how Twitch is slowly evolving for content creators and viewers?
So I think it is slowly evolving in a friendlier way towards small streamers a little bit. It is much easier to find the people with 30,000 viewers, but there are more. I feel like the categories are expanding. They're always expanding, which makes it easier to put yourself into the correct category. So, like if you're at the beach, there's now a beach category. You don't have to get lost in the large amount of people and streamers in just chatting. So you can like really kind of get yourself down to where you want to be, which makes you more discoverable as a small streamer, which, I mean, let's be real, being a small streamer is awesome, but at the end of the day, you also want the 10,000 viewers. But being a viewer is a lot of fun too. There was 2 months ago that I actually took some time off, and I just needed to like get myself right, things like that. And I took those 2 months and I was strictly a viewer. I had a blast. There's follower emotes now. And there's just a lot of stuff for a follower that is a lot of fun that, I didn't even, maybe it was there before and I just didn't know because I was kind of like a lurker. But I feel like it's kind of evolving in a good way towards, the categories and the follower emotes and just more opportunities for smaller streamers, which is good.
Awesome. So what are your thoughts on the current Twitch DMCA issue for smaller streamers, and over the contrary, over bigger streamers who are not getting DMCA'd?
So I think the difference is the bigger streamers purchase the license, and that is completely legal to do. If they purchase the license through the record label, whatever, because all that is achievable, you can't do that. It's money. It's money. You got to have money to do all these things. And, smaller streamers, we can't just go out and drop, I'm going to buy all these licenses to these hottest places and I'm going to get all the greatest songs. Like, we can't do that. So but we do have a lot of opportunities for free music, but it's just not the same, essentially. Oh, thank you, by the way.
No problem.
And it's not the same. And if, unfortunately, it is one of those things where smaller streamers are getting the copyright tag and the bigger streamers aren't, if they don't have the license, that's not fair. no way to know essentially what's happening, which it sucks for me because I like to play Just Dance, right? All those songs, every single song is copyrighted. So we have to turn off clips, we have to turn off VODs, whereas there are other really big streamers who are just keeping the VODs, keeping the clips. And I don't really know how they're doing it. Like, are they doing it because they purchased the license? But that would be a lot of things to purchase because each song is with a different label. Or are they just being overlooked? You know?
Yeah, I understand.
So it's like I don't really know how to navigate that area. So for me personally, I delete everything. I turn off all my VODs, all my clips, which sucks as a content creator because I want those. You know, I want those clips, I want those VODs to take back and edit and put on social media and all this stuff, and I can't. You know, which really stinks.
Do you wish that Twitch did the same kind of thing that YouTube does? So, like, for example, when you play a copyrighted music on YouTube, YouTube takes the money that you make off your video and, you know, kind of purchases the license for you. Do you think Twitch should do that?
I think that would be really, really cool if they did, or even if they could somehow partner with Spotify, which I think would be massive for both companies. You know, there's a lot of money in music and streaming and everything like that, especially with the pandemic and everything. Just everyone's inside, everyone is, more and more people are coming to Twitch. So it would be really nice to have that opportunity. Now, I don't know why they haven't, if there's something holding them back, or if they just simply don't want to, you know, at the end of the day. But I see YouTube being able to use it. I see TikTok using it, Instagram, Facebook, everyone is using it and then making money off of those posts and their videos. So it's like, you know, why can't we? What is so different about Twitch, you know? Or if it's just company based, really.
Yes. Going back to your previous answer, you said you did painting. So what's something creative you've done painting-wise on a stream?
So, I'm so glad you asked. I was prepared for this. So, for painting, I like to diamond paint. I am not good in any way, shape, or form at actually drawing or painting. I am not. I wish I could be, but I am not. I'm a creative person, just not in that way. So, I diamond paint on stream, and then I do things like this. It's just little diamonds stuck on here, kind of like a puzzle. I love it. I go into the makers and crafting section, another great section on Twitch if you guys need to know. They do a lot of things on there. They can crochet, knit, make keyboards, you name it. It's there. So I do that on stream a lot. Just, you know, if I'm having a bad week and I just need something chill, you know, maybe not competitive Overwatch for starters, then I will diamond paint and kind of just relax and chill with my viewers. And meet new people, you know, because new people are in every category. So don't ever, I always say don't ever limit yourself.
And is your painting skills such like a relief or a stress relief you do?
It is, yeah. It is definitely a stress relief. You know, just not necessarily stress from Twitch, but kind of just life. You know, especially just with everything going on recently, just life in general. I like to sit late at night, do my diamond painting, and if I'm not streaming it and I'm just diamond painting, then I just sit and watch true crime all night. Love it.
Awesome. So this brings us to our next question. What are some big achievements you've done on Twitch or in life?
So biggest achievements on Twitch for sure would be definitely just getting to affiliate. I really never thought I would get there when I started streaming. I was like, I'll get like 2 or 3 people to watch me. And then, you know, it was like, oh, I had 5, oh, I had 10, 15. And, you know, I kind of bounce around between like 5 and 15, which is perfect, you know. And I never thought I would get there. I never thought I would get professional emotes, you know, from an actual artist. I never thought that I would have, you know, that kind of stems from Twitch, a Discord full of people that I love to talk to. I really do. I love to talk to them, and it's just a really big achievement for me, just kind of being on the platform and socializing, especially not having anybody here. It's fun.
And do you ever want to become a Twitch partner?
Oh my goodness, yes. I would love to be a Twitch partner, but I know that is a long way into the future. A long way. I got a long way to go. A long way.
So, what was your motivation for being a content creator? Yes, it has changed ever since you became affiliated.
So, I think that what has changed is when I first started, I was kind of just doing it because my boyfriend was like, oh, hey, you give this a go. And I was like, all right, I'll stick with it for a little bit and then I'll just quit. Whatever, it won't work. And then I started meeting real people. And then kind of along the way, I had different feelings towards things. There was a point where I was like obsessed with getting more viewers and becoming a partner. Because when you see the big streamers, you're like, I have to be just like that. I have to get there. I have to do X, Y, Z to get to the end. And it's like the end always isn't what you think it is. So I think just it has changed from being an affiliate to not focusing on so much about how many subs you get, just on the interactions that you have with people. Whereas, in the beginning, that's kind of like where I was. And then in the middle, I got lost. And now I'm just kind of like back to the interactions with people and I have a great time.
Awesome. So, as you may know, we have interviewed many Darman actors. And Darman's recent video, I believe, is about how women or girls can be gamers. What are your thoughts, or what would you say to girls who don't feel like they can achieve greatness in becoming a content creator or Twitch streamer?
Girl, do it. Do it. Don't let anyone tell you no. Don't let anyone stop you. Even if you're new, if you don't know what you're doing, just make a video. Make a TikTok. Make an Instagram. Make a story on Facebook. Just do it, even if it's not 100%. I've battled a lot with looking at something and thinking, I don't want to post that because it's not perfect. It's not like everyone else's. I'm not as good. I'm not this. I'm not that. Just do it. There are so many people out there. There are so many opportunities. There are so many jobs. Girl, do it. That's all I gotta say. Do it. And link your socials and just do what you love. Do what you want to do. That's
Awesome.
what I think.
Awesome. So, what are your future goals you have for your Twitch streaming or for your career? And do you ever plan to expand yourself or become a business?
So I think that, yes, I would like to become a business, but not really in the sense of like a streaming business. I would like to become a business for, like we do a lot of we make home decoration stuff like that, and we would like to get a laser engraver and things like that. So we kind of want to make a business based on selling items, but we would like to stream that, like when we're making stuff with the laser engraver and things like that. And I would also really love to make YouTube videos of ASMR, which hopefully, fingers crossed, in the next year or so, when we move and get a quieter place. So it's kind of not really necessarily a business based on like one business, but kind of like a bunch of little things kind of put together that can like snowball and become bigger. And, because you don't have to limit yourself to one thing, which I've learned. I've learned a lot. So my goal is to definitely make a business, stream it if possible, and which I would love to do and share with people and do giveaways and things like that. But that's way in the future and a lot of steps to get there, business license, all this stuff. So right now, I do want to focus on just streaming and just enjoying myself,
Sweet, that's very rad. So what are some Twitch achievements you hope to achieve sometime soon? Maybe like donating to the charities or donating to people in need.
I would love to do charity streams for really anything. I would love to do St. Jude's. I love St. Jude's. I love those streams. I would love to do animal rescues. Love animals. You guys know that. Just really anything. And I would love, if there was the biggest goal that I could ever meet, ever, would be $1 million to St. Jude's. Now that is a lot of money. That would have to be a lot of people, a lot of money. But to be able to give, from the gaming community or streaming community, even if it's just $1 million over like a lot of streamers, would be awesome to give to something like St. Jude's. It would just be really cool to contribute to that.
So you mentioned previously you played Overwatch. Do you ever have you ever participated in any like competitions for money?
Oh no, no, no. I'm not good. If I somehow I got into a competition for money and I somehow won, I would be so happy. It would be amazing. It would be great. It would be fun, but I am definitely not good enough to be a competitive player to that level. You know, I'm a pretty average player. I'm not bad, but I'm not good. I'm just average.
So how'd you get into gaming? Do you have a backstory for us?
Oh gosh, gaming. So I think I started when I was like 8 or 10. My parents, this was in the 90s. So my parents gave me a big old box TV, stuck it in my room, and gave me my sister's old Nintendo, like the old school Nintendo. I was obsessed with this thing. I had to leave it, there was no save, so you had to leave it on like all the time, right? And I was obsessed with beating Super Mario Brothers 3 the fastest I could. I had to beat it in like 20 minutes. I don't know if it was actually 20 minutes, but you know, just to kind of give you a timeline. And that's how I originally got into gaming. Now, in my teenage years, I was so busy with everything, and games were like changing. I played a little bit of PlayStation, like PlayStation 2, Mortal Kombat, Crash Bandicoot. And then when I was in my 20s, I got a PlayStation 3. And that's where it took off. I played so much Call of Duty. You guys, so much Call of Duty. I was like the biggest zombies fan ever. And that's where it really took off. And I was introduced to new games and new ways to play. And I got my first headset and I started talking to people, which by the way, people are not nice on Call of Duty. Not nice.
Yeah.
And oh goodness. So I learned pretty quickly that the gaming community isn't always friendly, but it's still a lot of fun. You meet a lot of good people. You know, and then from there I just kind of moved up, got a Switch, got a gaming PC, and it's just kind of been ever evolving since then.
Awesome. And you said your first gaming console was a Nintendo?
Yeah, the NES, the original. Love it.
Sweet.
My sister still has it. She still has it. She still plays it with her kids.
And so since you said you played Call of Duty, could you rank your favorite Call of Duty to your worst?
Black Ops, the original. The worst? Probably Ghost. I don't like all that new stuff where you kind of like, you can like double jump and things like that. I like the originals, like the original Call of Duties with the zombies. And then zombies started evolving into this super technical things where you got to do all these things to unlock different things. And I was like, oh, my brain cannot handle this. Like, I need to go back a little bit to the older games. So I don't know, I just kind of evolved, and I'm not a fan of battle royales, so I'm not a fan of Warzone, like at all, unfortunately.
And you said double jump. Did you mean Advanced Warfare?
Yes, that one. Thank you. Thank you. That's how long I've been out of the Call of Duty community. Advanced Warfare. Thank you for that.
So what are your current thoughts on how people treat other streamers based on their skin color, religion, or background? Do you think people, the Twitch community, could evolve to being more friendly, less toxic in the upcoming years?
Do I think they can? I mean, I think they can, but will they? The thing about Twitch is you are hidden behind a username, you know, which is very different than Facebook, where it is your name, you know. So I do participate in watching people on Facebook, and people are much nicer over there because you are your real name when you go to see a streamer. I'm Cassandra with my last name. Whereas on Twitch, people are mean. I could be in a category, people call me all sorts of names, and I can't even imagine what they call people, you know, of different races and everything else, because and right now on Twitch there's a lot going on with hate raids. There's a lot of hate raids going on, and there's a lot of people that, you know, I've gone through and I've blocked like early. They've never come to my stream, but they're literally making YouTube videos about raiding people and saying really nasty, hateful stuff, and like it really makes me mad, because it's like, what are you getting from that? What are you getting from that? Other than ruining someone's day, you know?
Yeah.
But will they change? I mean, as long as those people who are doing those things are getting views, I don't think they'll change. You know? So we'll see.
So, what motivates you or inspires you to become a Twitch streamer and make people's day better for themselves?
Mainly when I was a viewer, because like I said, I've been on Twitch for like 10 years. I've been a viewer for a long time, and you can have a conversation with a streamer, even a small conversation, you know, like a 5-minute conversation that can completely change your day. Or maybe you're having a bad day playing a competitive game mode and it makes you mad, right? And then you go see a streamer who's having the same kind of day and you're like, oh, okay, you know, you see it and it's just like, oh, I don't have to feel so bad. Everyone has bad days. So I think that those interactions are what's so important on Twitch.
Awesome. So, what future content do you have prepared based on what you normally do and what you stream currently?
So future content, I am actually swapping to more of like a mobile setup, being like at the beach with my hoop and hikes, going hiking in Hawaii and things like that, because I am in like such a beautiful environment. Why not show it? You know, why not go to the beach and just show the beach or things like that? And I would like to make YouTube videos of ASMR of just the beach and just the waves. But again, it's really hard because it's Hawaii. There's like 1 billion people. That's an exaggeration. There's 1 million, but a really big amount of people. So it's really hard to get those levels of quiet that you need for things. But I would really like on Twitch moving forward to be more about real life cooking, games if I feel like it, and things like that, and just kind of do whatever, if that makes sense, and really focus on flow arts and things like that with my hoop and levy wand and all that, just because I really like it and I just like to do what I like, you know.
Awesome.
Will it be successful? I don't know.
Maybe.
But I'll have a good time doing it.
And you said you wanted to do food. Have you ever planned to do any mukbangs or outdoor ASMRs? Maybe like wildness, like where you meet dogs or go out and see animals?
Oh, that would be so. Unfortunately, right now, no, because we are still very much on a strict 6 feet apart rule. So, you know, like I don't want to go out and get too close to anyone. Like we have to wear a mask everywhere we go still. And our COVID cases are going up and up and up. So I don't want to do that essentially, but that would be really, really cool. I hadn't thought about that. Honestly, that's a great idea. But my goal would be I like mukbangs, but I would like to do healthy mukbangs because I'm not a fan of the videos where people are eating like 24 donuts. I don't know, for whatever reason, I couldn't do that. But I would like to do healthy mukbangs and go out hiking, maybe just get the audio from hiking and not much talking, just kind of like the crunching of gravel and grass and all that fun stuff, and kind of just for de-stressing, because we all need to de-stress.
And you said healthy mukbangs. Could you give us a little bit more about that? Like, do you plan to do like vegetarian mukbangs, Beyond Meat mukbangs?
So definitely healthy, just in the sense of not overly sugary. I definitely eat meat. I am definitely not a vegetarian. Shout out to the vegetarians. I tried, I cannot do it. But definitely more like making things healthy. So taking a donut and making a low-calorie donut, and maybe like a nice cream, which is essentially like a frozen banana ice cream, which is, you know, a lot less calories, and just kind of showing people that you can still enjoy mukbangs and you could still eat quite a lot without eating 24 donuts and feeling really bad later. So, yeah.
So, what's something crazy you've cooked up or concocted, like a pina colada donut or something you've created or cooked?
Oh goodness. Oh goodness. So I mean, I'm just gonna lay it out there. I am not a good cook at all in any way, shape, or form. My boyfriend does the cooking. I literally burn everything. I burn carrots. Yup. I burn carrots. I've tried to make gluten-free churros before. That was a mess. Like, I think that was the most innovative I've been, and it was a total failure. Total and complete failure. But it was fun. It was fun. And I learned not to do that again. And just let my boyfriend make the churros. That's what I learned.
So we previously talked about COVID. So let's talk a little bit more about COVID. How did your channel increase in views or decrease in views throughout COVID, throughout 2019, I believe, through 2021?
I think it's honestly remained about the same. There are certain categories where, you know, I do go up in viewers, like in Just Dance. I go up and people are like, yeah, this is what I kind of use for my exercise now that, you know, gyms are closed or gyms are 50% capacity like ours are right now and things like that. So not everyone can get out. Not everyone's comfortable getting out. So there are definitely categories where my viewership goes up, right? But if I go into like just chatting, it's way down just because there are so many more streamers. Like, you know, COVID happened, people trying to make extra money, people just trying to keep up, you know, like social interactions and things like that. And Twitch is a great way to do that, to meet new people. So it's like, as a small streamer, you already have a limited amount of viewers. So when new people come forward, you know, the people who watch me also like to watch other people. So it's like, new people come, they find new people, they kind of come here, come back, which is great and everything, but it's, you don't really know on a daily basis, you know, kind of like how you're gonna do that day, which I've learned to just ignore. You know, I've like...
So tell us about yourself and how COVID affected you, your mental health, or if you got sick throughout COVID, or people around you who got sick around COVID.
So that's when I took the 2 months off, because I just felt like, you know, Hawaii, we were a lot stricter than everywhere else. You know, we had curfews, all of our beaches were completely closed. Every single beach. You could not get onto the beach. And that, I think, affected me the worst because I essentially couldn't do anything. All the state parks were closed. There were no hikes, nothing. The only thing I could do was go to the grocery store, and like, let's be real, that is not fun. I do not like to go to Costco. And I took 2 months off because I was just like, you know, and this is kind of something on my part that, you know, mentally happened to me. I was watching other people stream and they were out doing all these fun things, and I'm just like, you know, it was jealousy. I couldn't go out and do all those things, and I was like, oh, I can't do it. So I just took 2 months off, watched my friends, watched my followers play games and things like that. And then I came back and was just kind of like, you know what, we can get through this. Started working out at home, started, you know, just trying to kind of incorporate other things into my life, I guess. That's when I started diamond painting, stress relief. And I don't know, it's just the case. I did not personally get sick. I have not been sick, thank goodness. My boyfriend did not get sick, thank goodness. But a lot of people have. Luckily, none of my family members have been sick. Everyone has pretty much stayed to themselves, which I'm very thankful for, especially with not being able to be with my family. So like if my mom got sick or something, you know, because she's older, what would happen kind of thing. So a lot of stress from like a lot of different areas, plus Twitch, plus COVID, and just kept piling up. So yeah, I took 2 months off just, you know, to kind of navigate.
So tell us a bit about your mental health, what you did to improve it, or what happened throughout that phase of 2 months.
So what I did is I really started focusing on things that I wanted to do, that I was able to do at the time. So like working out, playing games that I wanted to play that maybe I didn't necessarily want to stream, but I wanted to play, you know? So I did that a lot. I talked on the phone a lot. I did a lot of arts and crafts. I ate a lot of good food, probably too much, but it was really good. And I don't know, I just kind of like vibed out and chilled and just got used to like the new normal for now, which is honestly still happening. We're about to get maybe a new curfew and everything else. So we'll see what happens in the next coming week or so, which hopefully nothing happens, but I understand if it does, you know?
So this is the last COVID question we have. What are your thoughts on
Okay.
the current COVID situation with the new variant?
Oh my, it's terrifying. I mean, I'm 32 years old and to me that seems pretty young, right? I'm fairly healthy. I don't have anything going on and I eat pretty well. I exercise all the time, not all the time. That's a lie. I exercise like 3 times a week. And it's scary because the Delta variant is just it's affecting people just like me. Just like me who are previously healthy, younger, and even kids. And it's like, oh my goodness, like that could be me, But I try not to think too much about that because at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do except stay to yourself. That's really it.
That's so true. Yes. So, Meows, what are you like off screen when you're not in front of a camera? What are your hobbies? What do you do to relax, vibe out?
Oh my goodness, music. I love music. I love EDM. I love just chill music. I love it all. I play a lot of Destiny too. I play a lot of games off of stream too, to be honest. I play a lot of Overwatch, a lot of competitive Overwatch. You guys don't ever want to see me play that. I'm not nice. I'm not nice. I might seem nice, but I'm not nice in that game. I try to be, okay? But I play a lot of games. I, again, do diamond paintings off stream. I talk to my family, my friends, my best friend, Crystal. I talk to her every day. She's in, Virginia. So she's a ways away from me, 6 hours. And I take walks with my dogs. Just kind of like the normal stuff, the normal everyday stuff. I try to cook new things. Doesn't go well, but I try. I try really hard. But yeah, that's really about it.
And you said you played Overwatch. Do you have any other games you plan to play in the future with your viewers, maybe just by yourself? Tell us about it.
I love to play with viewers. I love to play Animal Crossing. I love to go visit people's islands. I love that game. Pokemon Unite. I love to play that with viewers as well. That's a great game because it's free. And Overwatch is now crossplay, so that would be really fun to play. Smite and Paladins, I'm a big fan of those. And I love to play that. I've played a little bit of Minecraft with people. I know you're a big Minecraft fan. And I do like Minecraft. I am not very good at it. I can run around and chop trees down. Just collect things. And I like to do that with people too, like viewers. Sometimes I get people who know how to do really, really cool stuff. I'm like, okay, well, you tell me what you need and I'll go chop some trees down for you. I got you. I got you.
And on your streams, do you ever do any beta games for small developers or any small gaming studios such as Muck?
I have not. But I did see a couple tweets the other day about a couple different companies who would like to reach out to smaller streamers and do beta testing. So I actually think I'll try that. I'll try it out, see what happens, and just go from there.
Awesome.
Because it would be really cool to try new games. It really would be.
So you actually brought us to our next question about Animal Crossing. What's your biggest achievement you've done in Animal Crossing? Like meeting new people, building an amazing base, or collecting small things that are achievable?
So I think for Animal Crossing, again, it's a social interaction. I am so big on that. I'm in a big Discord server where we're always talking Animal Crossing. So we're always trying to get everything, all the fish, all the bugs, all that stuff, which is really, really fun. I have not essentially achieved a complete collection of anything, but I have managed to pay off all my loans, which is the loans in Animal Crossing alone will make you broke. But it's the social interaction for me. It's fun. It's fun going to someone else's island, helping them decorate, doing a fashion show, which is my favorite. I'm not fashionable in real life, but I can be fashionable in Animal Crossing. Okay, so those are the best, really, the best interactions.
Awesome. So we have a viewer question from Jared. He asked, or she asked, why don't you like horror games or horror movies?
Hi, Jared. And they terrify me. They absolutely terrify me. And my stream has been trying to get me to play horror games, and I'm literally afraid I'm gonna like fly into the wall or something. I was watching a TikTok last night, and it had like a jump scare in it, and I wasn't expecting it. I threw my phone. I literally threw my phone, and oh my goodness, I was just. I mean, I would love to play a horror game if it was maybe if I watched a little bit of it first, so I kind of knew what to expect. Like, maybe then? I don't know. They terrify me. They scare me. They do.
Would you ever play a horror game or watch a horror movie if someone donated a big amount of cash?
I don't know. I mean, if it was for like, I would 100% do it for charity. If they said we're doing a charity for St. Jude's, everyone needs to play Resident Evil. Oh, I would be the first person up on that game. I would be terrified, but I would do it, you know, type of thing, because it's for a really good cause and things like that. But I mean, for a lot of money, I mean, maybe, because who doesn't want a lot of money? But
especially
I
now
don't
with
know.
COVID.
I know. It's like, oh my goodness. Oh, we'll give you, you know, $1,000 to play Resident Evil. Well, maybe, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, everyone's trying to make it out here. Everyone's trying to make a living.
And if you ever did a charity stream for a horror game, would you start small with like a little bit of scary, or would you just go full out Outlast or Blair Witch?
I would go full out. Blair Witch. I don't know about that. I've seen that movie. Oh my goodness. I probably would. Yeah, I think I would, especially for charity, for something that's so special. For sure. Yeah, St. Jude's, all that stuff. Just, it's so special to me, you know, because there's so many people that need help. And if me just sitting here playing a scary game can help those people, then I'm gonna do it. For sure.
This actually just gave me the idea of this question, but like you said you want to do like IRL vlogs and streams. What if you do like a sort of IRL charity where we're not giving money, but like helping people in need or planting trees like Mr. Beast did?
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I've never even thought about that, to be honest. Like, these are ideas that I haven't explored or really thought about or anything like that. So that's definitely an idea I'll think about for sure.
So
yeah, thank you for that.
no problem. So what are your favorite game series or game genres, and why?
Favorite game ever?
Game series.
Crash Bandicoot, hands down. Crash Bandicoot, hands down. Definitely the Crash series. I have all the Crash Bandicoot games. I love them. I actually have Crash Bandicoot 4 on my Switch that I have not started yet, and I need to. I love it. I love the Diablo series again. It's really good. But in all the Marios, I really like all the Marios, but for sure, Crash Bandicoot is my favorite.
And what's your favorite genre?
Well, that's a hard question. You're asking me to narrow it down a lot. Oh my goodness, my favorite genre would probably be RPGs. Or no, I take that back, platformers.
Platformers?
I don't know. Both. Platformers and RPGs. I really like them. I like them a lot. Yeah, I pick a two.
Alright, no problem. So for RPGs, what's a amazing roleplay game you've played before that you like? Maybe like Life is Strange or the Telltale series, The Walking Dead.
I think... Oh, goodness. It's been a while since I've played one, but I love them. Life is Strange is actually really good. I did not play it, but I watched the whole thing played, and it was wonderful. Those are games that, you know, I don't necessarily need to play, but I can sit back and I can watch, and it tells like a story. You can make choices, and you can do all those things. So I think Life is Strange is definitely up there on the list. For sure. And then platformers, Crash Bandicoot, ARPGs, Diablo. I like MOBAs, I like MMOs, I like FP. I like, you never know what I'm gonna play. You just don't. I like so many things, it's really hard to narrow it down, you know?
And we just mentioned Life is Strange. Have you, or do you want to play the new Life is Strange that's coming out later this year?
I would really like to. Depending on if I get it or not, I'll play it. But I'm definitely for sure gonna watch it on stream. For sure. They're such good stories, and it's really taken me aback sometimes because I think something's gonna happen, and then it's the exact opposite. So it's a lot of fun.
Cool.
To kind of be in that headspace, you know?
Yeah. So, do you ever want to be a professional streamer, and why?
I would love to be, just because it's what I like to do. You know, I love to stream. I like to talk to people. I like to interact. I like to make good content, but I don't know if I'll ever get there in the sense of like being on that like Tyler 1 level, or, you know, things like that. Like those are really big levels to be. Maybe a couple hundred viewers would be like my big streamer to me, you know, type of deal. Now 30,000 and up, I don't know, but I would love to. Yeah.
Awesome.
That would be awesome.
So let's get into the most enthusiastic questions. So what's the weirdest
Okay.
weirdest reply you've received on any platform such as TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch? What's the weirdest reply from a viewer you received?
Oh, I don't even know if I can say on here.
It's okay.
Most of it's not. It's rated R stuff. People say to me, they'll DM me later, and oh, I saw you on stream. Send me XYZ picture, and it's like, block. I'm sorry, but I gotta block you. Like, I appreciate you as a viewer, but you gotta go. Block. So I get those all the time. I get questions asking for specific pictures. I get, you know, kind of just a wide range of stuff.
Your answer made me think of something real quick. This is not on the list.
Yeah.
But we, like I said previously, we interviewed a drama actor at Catherine Lauren, the one you watched. She went through the same phase as you, but with Hollywood producers trying to seduce her, and you know, the whole thing. So, what would you say to people in your position or below your position that want to be content creators that are suffering from nasty people who do this?
Stand your ground. Don't. If something makes you uncomfortable, you are not in the wrong. If you are uncomfortable, get out of that situation like right away. Because at the end of the day, if you have to block 10 people, right? On Twitch, there are thousands and thousands of people who can watch you. Don't worry about blocking those 10 people. Just block them, get out of the situation. And, you know, same goes for real life, which tends to be a little bit harder to navigate, especially like with what you said. If, you know, in Hollywood, you are trying to progress yourself, right? You can get completely blacklisted from something if you make the wrong person mad. So that is kind of one of those things where you gotta just do it. You just gotta block them and deal with the consequences, which there shouldn't be any for you, you know, if you're the one saying no, but you just gotta roll with it and just stand your ground. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to block people. Don't be afraid to tell people no. That's how I feel.
Amazing.
Sorry, that question got me fired up.
That's all right. So, for your next question is, what's something special or unique you are planning to do in the near future for a special event? Maybe like, have you heard of the Odd Ones Out? It's a animated YouTube channel, animation. No?
I have not.
So
I've never heard of that, but I will check it out.
So what he did, or what I'm trying to give you an example of, is he did a 1 million sprinkle special for his 1 million subscribers. So do you have anything planned for when you reach a big milestone?
Oh goodness. I don't know. I don't know, just because I just never have thought about reaching, you know, like 1 million people or anything like that. That's something I think I would probably take a poll and ask my viewers what they wanted to see, because at the end of the day, they are the reason why I'm able to do what I do. They are the reason why I can continue to move forward. So I think that allowing them to pick, like maybe a giveaway or maybe an event, maybe an outing where we go out and we do something, or maybe a video that I think the biggest thing that everyone would want, and if there are any of my viewers in your YouTube channel, they're going to say the same thing right now. If I were to reach a large number, like 1 million, they would want my boyfriend to come on stream. He has never shown himself in 2 years. He exists and he'll put his hand in, but he will not show himself. So I think that would probably be one thing that we would do for a large amount of people, because he's always talking crap, but he won't come on stream. So that would be fun. That would be fun to do, and make like a big, maybe like pie him in the face or something. I don't know.
Is he camera shy?
I think originally he was, but now it's become such a meme. He's refusing to come on camera until someone gets 1 million channel points. And I'm like, really, babe? There is no way. It's going to take years to get 1 million channel points. And he's like, I know. It's great. I'm like, thanks. Okay. Thanks.
Oh, that's so smart of him.
I know. I'm like, thanks. Thanks, Corey. His name is Corey.
So you previously mentioned when we started you had dogs. Would you mind telling us more about your dogs, and if you adopted them or you found them out in the wild?
So I have 2 dogs, Clyde and Waylon. Clyde is 7, Waylon is 2. I got Clyde when I lived in Virginia, so before I even met Corey, before I moved here, and I've had him for all 7 years. I got him when he was like 4 months old from a SPCA, and I got him, and he's just been with me since. I flew him here. It was a big to-do. It was really hard. It was like a 12-hour flight, and poor baby, he was in the cargo, which still breaks my heart, but he was perfectly fine. And
What kind of
I
dog
had to
is
get
it?
a bunch of people. Clyde, he's a hound.
Oh.
He's a really big 90-pound dog. He's not gonna listen. He's not gonna listen to me. And then Waylon is 2. He is a terrier mix, so he's small. We don't really know what he is. We got him from a rescue. We actually got him from Paws of Hawaii, which is a rescue group here, and they only work out of like fosters. So every dog that they find, because there's actually a lot of like homeless people who have dogs, and then if they can't take care of them, they'll go pick up the dogs and then give them out to whatever foster dog family they can find, and then we can adopt from there. And we actually adopted him at an event over in Kailua 2 years ago. And it's just been history ever since. He is the meanest little man, and I love him. I can't help it. My dogs are my everything.
Oh, that's
Everything.
so
I love
sweet.
them.
So what are some funny moments or some unpredictable moments you had on stream or while recording a video for your YouTube or TikTok?
So there have definitely been some funny minutes or moments in my streams. I've literally hit myself in the head with some Flow toys that I've used. I have fallen, I have tripped, I have had a dog knock me over. I was doing ASMR one day. It was perfect. It was the perfect audio. I had my mic cranked all the way up to get like all the things, and my dog, Clyde, the hound, stood up, and with every breath in him, let out the biggest howl I've ever heard. And I'm not kidding. The whole chat was like, we had to rip our headphones off. I had to rip my headphones off too, just to like even register what was happening. And I was like, I don't think I've ever been so embarrassed. I was like, there were people who had fallen asleep to ASMR, and they were like, what? What is that? What was that? Oh my goodness.
Oh,
my
that sounds
goodness.
so.
And then
That sounds so
it
funny.
was so bad. It was so bad. And then when I first started streaming, another embarrassing moment, someone came in with a name that was, when you said it quickly, it sounded like something else. And I just said it like really nonchalantly, like, oh, hey, welcome to the stream. And then I didn't notice for like a whole year that this clip existed. This person had clipped it. So it's like forever in time.
What's the
It's
name?
forever there. It was Jenna Tolles.
Oh.
And I I said it out loud, but it was spelled like Jenna, like Jenna, and I was like, it was like one of my first streams, and I was just like, welcome to the stream, Jenna, blah blah blah, and then I just went back to my gaming. Nobody said anything. No, but not a single person said anything. But that clip is forever there. I didn't notice for like a year, so people have just been noticing. They were like, "Yeah, you remember Jenna?" And I'm like, "Jenna, what are you talking about?" And then I went back and I looked at it, and I was like, "No, they got me. They got me. Oh my god! I think I was so embarrassed like a year later, but I didn't delete it because this is too good. This is too good. Have to keep it."
So is there any content creators, Twitch streamers, YouTubers, maybe actors, singers that you would like to collaborate with and stream with or record a video?
Ooh. Anybody?
Anybody.
Oh. I would like to make a collaboration video. I think the most realistic, like if I had to pick something that was realistic, you know, that I could achieve, then it would probably be a collaboration with my friend Cupid Snuggly, because we both do Just Dance. So if we were like on the mainland together and we could like meet up and make a really cool video and like a collab video, that'd be cool. Or like just meeting up with some followers and streaming with my followers, because I actually do know people in Hawaii that I've met randomly on Twitch, which is so weird because, like, you know, how does that happen? But I think for like a non-realistic, I would love to collab, don't laugh at me, with Tyler One. He is like, I really like him as a streamer. I love League of Legends. I'm so bad at it, which I think is why I just watch it and don't play it. It would be really fun to collab with him, like in game, even though I would be so horrible. But it would be fun. It would be fun. Like fun vibes, you know?
So what's the scariest thing that's happened to you while on stream? Maybe it's a viewer redemption or unsuspecting jump scare.
Scariest thing. I really don't have any moments where I was really scared, just kind of like creeped out by a viewer, I guess, would be the thing. More so like, oh hey, I know where you live.
That's
Come in
very
your
creepy.
house, and it's like yeah, and it's scary in the sense of like, oh wait, am I safe? And it's like, well, yeah, probably, because they're not really gonna announce in your chat, like, hey, by the way, I'm on my way. But I think that would be the scariest. But game-wise, because I don't play scary games, maybe a bug. I've had a spider drop from the ceiling, literally right here. On stream.
Wow.
I was playing Minecraft, I think it was. I was actually playing Minecraft, and I literally, I kicked my chair. I fell that way. It was a mess. It was a mess.
And
Then before my boyfriend would get the spider, I had to turn the camera off. He was like, I'm not getting that spider with that camera's on. I was like, oh, thanks, cool.
And what's the? Well, you have a real job, correct?
No.
No?
I do other things. I have investments and things like that. I was a landlord, but I sold that property. So it's kind of like, is it a real job? Yeah, but it's not in the sense of like, I go to work every day. Does that make sense? Like I don't have somewhere that I go to create the revenue, you know? And
do you have like experience working on an IRL job?
Yes, I have always worked. I worked really everywhere. When I first got here, I was working at a chiropractor's office, which that was a lot of fun. And then I worked in a factory for a long time. I would work 12-hour shifts, usually 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. I've really worked a lot of places. I've kind of worked everywhere. And then when I moved here, knowing that we leave in like less than a year, nobody really wants to hire me, especially with COVID right now. There's really no jobs. So whenever we move back to the mainland, I'll definitely be picking up at least a part-time job somewhere, you know, just for extra revenue.
So what's the most embarrassing thing that happened to you in a job?
Oh, this is a good one. Oh my goodness. This is so good. I was in my early 20s and I was working in a factory. We made aluminum pie pans. And we made pie pans for like Domino's, Pizza Hut, Campbell's, Sara Lee, you name it, we made it. I was a quality control. And I was like walking down the aisles, just minding my own business. And everyone was there. All the high level execs, everyone was there. Manager, district manager, president of the company had come to visit. And I'm just walking. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing such a great job. And I had the pans. And I don't know, I guess I tripped on air. But when I say I tripped, it was so dramatic. I fell and like the pans launched. Everything launched. I launched and I like belly flopped onto the ground.
Oh.
And they all just stared at me. And everyone was just like, and then someone came and helped me up and they were like, are you okay? And I was like, well, I'm physically okay, but I don't know if I'm mentally going to recover from this. I mean, I don't know at this point.
So what are your favorite TV shows or movies?
Favorite TV show, hands down, Jane the Virgin. That is my favorite. Love it. Movie, Legally Blonde, for sure. For sure.
Are you a big Marvel fan?
I love Marvel. I love Marvel. I do.
So, did you watch the Loki show on Disney Plus?
I have not seen it yet. We're working on a couple other shows. We actually just watched the new Suicide Squad. It was okay. But I have not caught up on Loki. I need to. We're just really slow with watching shows because we play games.
So what's one thing?
But that's on our list.
Sweet. So what's one thing you wish you would have known before you began your career as a content creator? And what's something you wish you would have told yourself back then?
I wish I would have told myself back then that it's okay to take breaks and say no. Because there for a while I was streaming every single day. And you could tell in my streams that my content was getting less and less entertaining because I was not having as good of a time. I was tired. I maybe didn't like the game I was playing anymore. Like, you know, because I just needed a break. And then I've had a couple of streamers try to push me to do things. And I felt like, oh, well, I should, I guess, you know, to be able to kind of get myself out there. But maybe I didn't agree with their views, or I didn't agree with their content that they were making, or maybe just I didn't like how they talked to their viewers, because that is picky over that. You know, I don't want my viewers to feel disrespected, you know, because we get enough of that in the real world. We don't need it on Twitch. So I think that for me to tell myself just to be more confident in yourself and know that you can say no, and you know what, if you lose a viewer over it or you lose a friend over it because you stood your ground on something that you knew you didn't feel right about, then that's okay. Because I think for a while I was just like, yeah, okay, you know, I'll do that, I guess. And then I would stress myself out so bad, like leading up to it. And then I would it just wouldn't even be, the content that I made was horrible because you could look at me and tell that I was not into it, you know, kind of thing. So that's what I would tell myself. Say no. Take a break. Yeah.
Awesome. So we're finally at our 5 last questions for your speech at the end. And
okay.
yeah. So this one actually leads from your current answer. What are some viewer feedback you've received?
Viewer feedback that I've received is just basically, hey, we want you to stream this, we want you to stream that. We like it when you do this, we like it when you do that. You know, like a lot of my viewers actually do really like ASMR, besides my dog. So those are some things that I really want to get back to in the future. I mean, I've gotten some bad feedback, but most of it is about how I look. And maybe not necessarily really a viewer, maybe it's just someone who just feels the need to come tell me, hey, I don't like the way you look. So that's my feedback. Gotten some of that. But for the most part, it's been good feedback. It's been just, hey, we want to see you do this. Like the horror games, the scary games. That's a lot of feedback I've gotten.
Awesome. So what's one thing you, what's like a certain biggest failure you received or you went through And how did you learn from it? And what experience could you tell others?
Biggest failure would be just, I don't know if it's necessarily a failure in that sense, is I've tried a lot of different things. I've tried a lot of different games. I've tried a lot of different categories. I've tried just a lot of things, and a lot of them have failed, and that's okay, you know? So I think that I have too many ideas, and I'm not able to like fully complete. I need to like slow down. And I think that's a failure of mine. It's just going too quickly and not fully finishing something. And it's okay to not be the best at something, which to me, not being the best is like a failure in myself, but it's okay at the same time, if that makes any sense.
That makes perfect sense. And your next question is, what's something people sort of misunderstand or judge you on?
I think that people misunderstand that I am a human being and a person, and a lot of times in stream I'm very like thick-skinned. I will let comments roll off. Oh, you're fat. Yeah, okay, cool. I'll go eat a Snickers bar, or something about my hair or something else about my body, and I will be really tough about it. But I think what they misunderstand is sometimes when I'm not on stream anymore, I'll think about that. I'll like think about that comment, or maybe I'm having a day on stream where I'm not as tough, you know? So I think everyone perceives me to be like a super tough person. I can take anything. I can take anything anyone throws at me, and I can just go with it. And sometimes I can't, you know? I can't. Like the other day, I was trying to do a 12-hour stream, and like an 2 hours into it, somebody said something in a DM of all things, which thank God it was in a DM and not on Twitch. And it threw me off for the whole rest. I had to end it, you know, because it was one of those times where I couldn't compose myself afterwards. Like after that, it was so hard. So just the misunderstanding of, oh, she'll just get over it. You know, sometimes I have feelings. Dang it.
And this actually brings us back to your current answer, but do you think, or do you believe that women experience this sort of judging or issues more than men? Or do you feel like there's a way that people can understand what you go through instead of like just telling you certain mean things?
So I think that as a woman on Twitch, you cannot do anything right. If you are wearing a bikini, you are wrong. If you are wearing a sweatshirt and sweatpants, you have too many clothes on. If you are dancing on stream and you're too skinny, it's a problem. If you're dancing on stream and you're too fat, it's a problem. If you're a normal person, it's a problem. You know, it's just always there. Someone will always find something wrong. And I'm not a guy, so I don't have the experience as streaming as a guy, which I'm sure you guys get all sorts of things said to you guys too, you know? So I only have like the female part of it, and it can be, you know, like hard. When the hot tub streams first came out, right? For instance, I was in Just Chatting. This was before the hot tub streams were like, they didn't have a category. I was in Just Chatting. I had like 20 people come in that day just to tell me, why are you on if you're not going to be in a hot tub? It's like, really? Am I not worth anything? And then if you get into a hot tub, you got people coming in there telling you need to get out of the hot tub. And it's like, well, what do you want? What do you want from me? Either in it, not in it, more clothes, less clothes, hair up, hair down, skinnier, bigger. I don't know. I haven't figured it out.
So your next question, or your final two questions, are based on you know, the whole Twitch community. But like, do you think people sort of go and attack some content creators based on certain tags they have, like the LGBTQ tag, the ADHD tag? Do you believe that people sort of attack certain streamers based on their tags or based on what conditions, disabilities they have?
Oh, for sure. 100%. I do. And I think that one of the most attacked streamers is going to be, I think her name is Sweet Anita. She has Tourette's.
Oh,
And people come in there and they say things about her all the time. And she is an awesome streamer. She is fun to watch. And she is a great personality, great person in general, nice. But people will come in there and say horrible things. And then you have, all the other tags, which I think are great because, if you have ADHD and you're looking for someone streaming that's like you want to click that tag. Tags are great because you want to find people who you can kind of vibe with, you can relate to, you can talk to, and things like that. Where tags are great, but I do think, again, where the hate raids come from, they're looking for people with those tags. They're looking for smaller streamers who might get their feelings hurt.
awesome. And our final question is based on what happened or what we talked about today. What are some words that you can give the viewers about how women have a voice and people got to listen to what you guys have to say because you guys aren't objects. You guys are human beings, just like us. Right. Everyone's the same in a sort of way. But what would you say to people who don't understand or just don't care enough to listen?
So I would say first off to the females, just keep doing what you're doing. Even if you're brought down every single time, whether it be by a viewer on Twitch or a family member or a friend, because a lot of times we have really passive aggressive people around us who, oh no, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do this, and there's really no logic behind why you shouldn't do it. Just do it anyways. Just keep doing it. And then what I have to say to people who maybe are the ones who are bringing people down, just step back, and if you say those words to yourself, how does it make you feel? Does it feel good? Because if it doesn't feel good, don't say it to somebody else, type of thing. Now there is like a difference in constructive criticism, which is not, a lot of people try to say, oh, I'm just giving constructive criticism. It's like, but are you though? You're being hateful, type of deal. So I think that people need to step back and kind of say, is this hateful or is it constructive, type of thing.
Awesome. And I just want to add to that, to what your answer was. So people, just be nice. Just treat people how you want to be treated. Yeah.
Agreed, but
go ahead.
It makes me mad because they really are hiding behind a username. Some of these people who come on here and say the things that they say to me, I don't think they would say them in real life. I don't think they would walk up to their sister, their mom, their girlfriend, their wife. I don't think they would walk up to any of those people and say it because they know that it's wrong, but they're on here saying it because they have a username. They're behind a screen. They're on a keyboard and they can do all these things and they're getting a reaction, which is why I don't give reactions to people. I'll read it and I'll just be like, oh, okay, cool. And then I go about my business because at the end of the day, all they want is a reaction from you. And the strongest thing we can do is not give them that reaction in the Twitch chat.
And my final question is, do you believe or think that Twitch itself would actually do something to improve this and help smaller content creators or even big ones who are suffering the same thing that we are suffering as small content creators with like cyberbullying or attacking content creators?
I don't know. I hope that they could. I hope that they would. I hope that they're working on it. But at the end of the day, I don't know what they could do other than increase moderation or maybe, even with banning, if you ban an account from Twitch and they're no longer allowed on Twitch from that IP because it's IP banned, you can get around that. There are like 1,000 ways to get around things. And it's like, what do you do? I don't really know what kind of technology is out there to help things like that. You could increase moderation maybe with blocking words and stuff, but then people get around that by spelling stuff differently, and it's like, what do you do?
Yes. So now it's time for your speech. You can recap what we said or just give the viewers hope and motivation of what we talked about.
So I think the only thing I want to say is if you're a small streamer and you ever feel down or you feel like you're not doing well enough, just take a step back, take a break, reevaluate what you're doing. Do you like what you're doing? Are you enjoying it? Is it something that you are enjoying, or is it making you miserable every single day? And if you are actually unhappy, just to focus on something else for a little bit, even if it's just a week off, focus on something else, kind of get control of what you want to do, and come back to Twitch with new ideas, ask your viewers, go to different social medias, do all those things. Especially if you are a female, don't be afraid to stream on Twitch. Just because there are trolls, don't be afraid. Even guys, trolls come into guys' chats all the time, and they're so mean and they're so hateful. Just don't be afraid to block people. Don't be afraid to push the way that you want to go, and do what you want to do in life, and stick to it and stand your ground and just enjoy life. Be a nice human being, please. I'm asking you to be nice. And that's really about it. Just enjoy life.
Awesome, that's great. So once again, tell us where people can find you, what you do, and anything else you want to add.
So guys, you can find me at twitch.tv/meowsers with 3 O's in it. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter with that same tag. You can find me on TikTok with @flowwithcass. And I know that one's a little bit different. And my Discord server, which I have. And I'm just an average Twitch streamer who lives in Hawaii and loves life, tries to love life most of the time, and loves my dogs, and I love coffee. Shout out to all the coffee lovers.
If you guys want to check them out or check her out, all the links are in the description. The links will be in the description below, and her links for Twitch, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and anything I missed. Facebook.
I don't think so. I think that's all that I have. Yeah. No Facebook.
No.
Keep that private.
Awesome.
Keep that private.
Meows, thank you for joining on today's podcast, and see you again soon.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed it. Bye, guys.
Bye.